Hello, everybody. See if anybody's here. Got to turn down the mic on my phone or else I'm getting feedback. Welcome. I'm Karen Pullen, and I give cooking demos on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock, most Wednesdays, Eastern Daylight Time. And today I'm going to make what I call curry in a hurry, because I'm going to try to make it in the same time it takes to cook some rice. So I'm going to start the rice and then I'll start chopping and cooking. I haven't even done any prep at all. All I did was get my ingredients out so that I could, have them handy. I didn't have to hunt for them. But yeah, I'm going to try to cook it in 20 minutes, which is just how long it takes the rice to cook. And my glasses are not, I'm having trouble. They seem not very clean. The only prep I did was I washed my hands. So I think I'm going to get started. Kind of hoping somebody might be here. And when you do show up, you can say hello. And so I don't have anybody watching it. It's okay. I'm going to get started. So first I'm going to start the rice. Right behind me. As soon as that starts boiling, I will set the timer and see if I can get this curry done by the time the rice finishes. So the ingredients here, got a few vegetables. It's got, the usuals, onion and garlic. We got a red bell pepper, and then I'm going to use some sugar snap peas. This recipe is on my website, which is everydayplantbased.com. So I'm going to start by just prepping up these vegetables. I need to work fast or I'm going to run out of time. Hey, Anita. Thanks for watching. I was just saying that I'm going to try to make this curry in the same time it takes to make the rice. Oh, thank you. Anita says, happy birthday. It is my birthday. I've had a lot of birthdays, so this one is just another birthday. Though over the weekend, my family did celebrate with me, which was really nice. Okay. Just chopping up this onion. It's going to saute first. That's the first step. And then we're going to add bell pepper and onion. Whew. Onions making me weep. All right, I'm just going to cook it in my electric fry pan here. Yeah, I call this curry in a hurry because it rhymes nicely. I can turn on the camera over the frying pan. Let's see, get it in a good spot. There's a good spot. So we're just going to let this saute. Using my fingers to kind of separate it. Okay, the next things that are going to go in are red pepper and garlic and snow peas. So I try to get those ready. I didn't do any prep because I didn't want to cheat. I wanted to make sure that I could do this start to finish in 20 minutes. So I'm doing all my chopping right here on live. So when I cut bell peppers, I cut out this little white membrane. I don't know if it's actually essential to do that. Yeah, there we go. And the bell pepper, I'm just going to slice this in some thin strips. Just making sure my frying pan came on. So curries, You know, one way to have a quick curry is just to buy a curry sauce. You can, we almost got to watch what I'm doing here, Karen. I almost went through my finger. You can buy curry sauces in the grocery store. They are, you know, just look at the label, make sure they don't have milk if you're eating plant-based. But it's always handy to have one of those in the pantry. Then you can just, you know, add a little, some vegetables and maybe add some tofu to it. Okay, we got our peppers ready. I'm going to cut up the garlic. The way I do garlic is I just chop off the stem end, this end right here. And then I mash it like that. Just lean on it and mash it. And then the skin comes right off when you do that. And then you just need to do a little bit of chopping. You get another knife, like a smaller knife for this. I don't know if you can hear, but the onions have started to cook. If they start to stick, I'm just going to add a little bit of water. Okay, now I still have to cut the snow peas, or they're sugar snap peas. I am going to add a little water. It's not really sticking. It's not sticking yet. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, now I'm going to start cutting up some of these snow peas. The recipe, which is on my website, everydayplantbased.com, calls for 2 cups. The package that I bought a package at Trader Joe's. It had about 3 cups in it, so I'm just going to use all of them. So I'm just cutting these on the diagonal. I think you can see diagonal slice, just to make them a little smaller so they cook a little bit quicker. Oops. I forgot the rice. I forgot the rice was boiling back there. And I also forgot to time it. I'm thinking it's probably been cooking about 5 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes. And I'm going to move it to a different burner. I have a burner on my stove, which is a much kind of a lower burner, and it's really good for that rice, that phase in the rice when you want to, you know, just let it kind of sit in that water that's barely simmering. Okay, this looks like it's starting to, nope, still not sticking. I have this electric skillet. I really, really like it. It's a very solid stainless steel. Let's see. We are going to add all of the garlic and red pepper and snow peas together. So I'm just going to sort of leave them here on my cutting board together. Don't have to separate them. Anyway, I was saying this pan is really nice. Things tend not to stick so much to it. What you could do with this curry, instead of snow peas, you could have some cut up broccoli. You can always add other vegetables. You know, squashes and asparagus. I mean, broccoli is a very common vegetable to be using in a curry. So if anyone has any questions or comments or wants to ask, ask me something, you can just type it in the comments. I think most of you are probably watching on Facebook. This is also live on YouTube, but I don't really think most people find me on YouTube. It's not a very traveled site for me. Okay, I'm almost got all these snow peas cut up. I really like a curry, and I have cooking classes in my home, and I'm having one in a few weeks. It's a Saturday. I think it's in 2 weeks, about 2 weeks. And the theme of it is Thai food. So we are going to be making a couple different curries. And this is one of the curries we'll make. I like to show people how it can be done very quickly. All right. I'm going to add a little water here because you're getting some steam on the camera there. So we just want to cook these onions until they're starting to get soft, which they are starting to get. And then we're going to add the other vegetables. We're going to let these other vegetables saute a little bit. So we're adding all the snow peas. I keep calling them snow peas. Sugar snap peas. We're adding the red bell pepper and the garlic. So it's very pretty with all these vegetables. So I mix this up pretty good. I don't use any oil often. When I cook, I don't use much oil. The most I might ever use is a little spray of oil. I'm going to add a little more water. This is starting to smell really good with the onion and the garlic. I think what I'm going to do is put the lid on this because that'll help it cook a little bit more. So the next things we're going to add are the things that make up the sauce. And those are some red curry paste, which is, this is the brand I buy. Comes in a fairly small jar. We're going to add some chili garlic sauce. This is pretty spicy. We don't use a lot of that. We're going to add some bamboo shoots. They don't need to be cooked, so I don't have to put them in right away. We're going to add a can of coconut milk. There's different kinds of coconut milk. The full-fat coconut milk gives you the creamiest texture, but the fat in coconut milk is saturated fat, so I try not to use quite so much of that. This is Trader Joe's reduced fat coconut milk. You can also buy a light coconut milk. This is reduced fat. It's still got a fair amount of fat in it. We're going to add some soy sauce and a little brown sugar and lime juice. So, things I have to do to get that ready. I need to open my can of bamboo shoots and drain it. There we go. That's now open. My sink is right here to my right, so I'm just going to drain it right there to the right. The coconut milk, I've been shaking it up pretty good, so it should be pretty well mixed. If you buy like the full fat coconut milk and you open it up, it's going to have solid fat on the top. And that's what saturated fat looks like. It's a solid fat. Okay. There, I got the coconut milk open, the bamboo shoots. These other sauce things I'm just going to measure out. The tofu goes in last, but since I have a minute here, I am going to go ahead and open it because I want to drain it a little bit. I'm not going to bother pressing it because I'm trying to do this curry in a hurry. The reason you press tofu is it's packed in water and it is kind of absorbent, so it will have a lot of water in it if you don't press it. And sometimes you want to get the water out, like if you're trying to brown it or something. All right, I'm just going to drain it over here into my sink. But this is extra firm, may even be a super firm. I didn't look at the label. Tofu. It doesn't have a lot of water in it, so it's probably good. We're going to cut that into cubes. All right, let me go back here. These are good. These are all nice and cooked, and we're going to add the ingredients for the sauce. Okay, I'm going to add the sugar. So it does have a tablespoon of sugar. So one reason we like Thai food so much is it's got all the flavors. It's got sweet and sour. It's got spicy. So we're just going to add a tablespoon of that. It's got the sour from the lime juice. The recipe says a tablespoon of lime juice. I might, just because I have a lime here, I might just double it and put in all the juice from the lime. I don't think that would hurt a thing. So there's all the juice from that lime. We need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. I use a reduced sodium soy sauce. It still has quite a bit of sodium. So 2 tablespoons of that. I'm going to turn my temperature down a little bit. And it calls for 3 tablespoons of Thai red curry paste. That's a lot. Because this is a little bitty jar. This has 23 teaspoons, which is about 8 tablespoons. Okay. Got to stop for a minute and check the rice because the timer says it's been cooking 10 minutes. The rice is perfect. And once we take it off the heat, I have 5 minutes to finish this dish. Okay, so I better get going here. So it calls for 3 tablespoons of red curry paste. I'm just going to sort of spoon it out of here. I figured this was 8 tablespoons, right? So it's not quite half the jar. That's really nice. We need 2 teaspoons of chili garlic sauce. This stuff is pretty hot. Oops, that's not my teaspoon measure. I had a teaspoon measure. Okay, 2 teaspoons is about 2/3 of a tablespoon, so we're going to use the tablespoon measure. Okay. Half a teaspoon of salt. That's not a lot of salt. Of course, you can always add salt. I think I've got everything in there except the coconut milk. I'm just going to mix this up a little bit. And then we'll add the coconut milk, and then we'll be almost done. Then we just have to put in the tofu. Okay. I can smell this. Yeah. Fantastic. So here we have our coconut milk in here with the vegetables and all the nice seasonings, the chili garlic sauce and the red curry paste and lime juice and soy sauce, and then just a spoonful of brown sugar. It's really a pretty color, sort of a pinkish orange color. So I don't think I'm going to finish it by the time the timer goes off, but it's basically finished except for adding the tofu. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that up. So my recipe says to cut it into 1-inch cubes. I think I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. It doesn't really matter, does it? These are about 3/4 inch cubes. And meanwhile, we are simmering the sauce. I would like it to get a little bit thicker. Okay. Well, I didn't cut this very evenly. Some of these are bigger than others, but that is basically how you make this curry. At this point, we just let it simmer down and get a little bit thicker. I am going to go ahead and put the tofu in. And it doesn't, tofu is already a cooked product. It doesn't have to be baked or roasted or fried or anything like that. It's already thoroughly cooked. But the reason we do all those things is to add more flavor to it. So, this is going to be awesome. Just going to mix this up a little bit more. So that is basically our curry in a hurry. Now, if we were really in a big hurry, we could just use a jar sauce. And I do keep a sauce in my pantry. This one's called Paddock's Mild Curry Simmer Sauce. This has some other ingredients in it. It has tomato, raisins. It does have coconut paste, red bell pepper, onion, some of the same ingredients. But this I could just put in a pot and add some tofu, and there you go. That would be simple, easy. Okay. So I think that was 20 minutes. It's 2:25, and I didn't get started instantly. So I think I did get it pretty much made in 20 minutes. We are going to let this simmer a little bit to cook down. But it is finished. A nice way to serve this, if you happen to have a mango, is with some chopped mango. That's sort of, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot the bamboo shoots. I don't always forget something, but I sometimes forget things. And this was a pretty simple recipe. Okay, bamboo shoots. This is going to be really nice. Anyway, I was saying it's nice to serve this with a little sliced mango on the side, because mango is sort of the the fruit of Thailand. It's a very common fruit. It would add some lovely sweetness to your plate. Okay, that looks very, it looks full to me. There's not a lot of liquid sauce here. So I am going to serve myself up a little rice, and then we're going to taste this. Let's see, I think I want a spoon so I can get some of this nice sauce. I'm going to let the sauce cook down a little bit. And I need a fork. Okay, here we go. Let's see what this tastes like. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty spicy from the red curry paste and chili garlic sauce. I like to mix up the rice a little bit and get some of that delicious sauce in it. This is really good. It is not too hot for me. I like things. So if you go into like an Indian restaurant or Thai restaurant and they say, how spicy do you want it? I always say medium. And then it comes and I think, whoa, that is really spicy. So for me, this is less than medium. It's probably a mild level of spice. Excuse me, I'm going to have another bite. This is really delicious. If you like curries and you like Thai food, this will be wonderful. So in my cooking class in a couple weeks, we're going to make a couple different curries. We're going to make a pad Thai. We'll make some spring rolls. I think we're making something else, which I've forgotten what it is right now. But we love those Thai flavors. So that is my cooking demo for today, Wednesday, March 13th. Thanks for watching. And I will be back next week with another plant-based recipe demonstration. Take care, everybody. Have a nice day. Hi, Cheryl. Thanks for watching. See you next time.